Well, the thing, probably to your point, they are playing extremely well in all three phases. I mean, they're aggressive in all three phases. They had the fake or the gadget yesterday on special teams. They've always been aggressive offensively. Probably the biggest improvement I've seen from their team, just having faced them over the years in the NFC South, is the defense and what they've been able to do. So going from, I think it was 28.4 points per game down to 19 in just a year's time. So a tremendous improvement on that side. Right. I mean, both quarterbacks you just mentioned are elite quarterbacks. Hall of Fame type quarterbacks, and Drew. I don't think he's a guy you can stop. I just think he's a guy that you hope that you're able to manage what he does, and the offense really goes through Drew, and tremendous amount of respect. I've been around him a little bit at the Pro Bowl over the years, and how he does his job, how he approaches really his job. Being able to watch him practice, just the habits, and then Sean Payton, probably one of the best, if not the best, offensive coach in the game. He just does a great job with isolations, matchups, tempo, a lot of good things offensively in terms of what they do and the personnel that they have. Well, we need to play better fundamentally. That's probably the biggest thing, really, is making sure we're gap sound, making sure we play with great hands, which really speaks to run defense. But the game is played defensively with your hands and special teams, and whether you're tackling, getting off blocks, whatever it is, we've got to play with more hand violence, and that goes back to fundamentals. So that's really where it's at. Personnel has certainly improved. I would start there, and then they're more consistent just overall. So they've been together now, give or take 3 years under the new coordinator there. He does a good job. So they're playing fast, all that. I know AJ Klein is a middle linebacker. I know AJ from Carolina. He's a good football player. I'm partial there too because I was with him and we drafted him in Carolina. So a lot goes through that middle linebacker position, and AJ does a good job. Well, I'll start off. A team is never made up of just one guy. So let's get over that. Let's get past that. He will integrate into what we're doing and add to what we're doing. Well, we've got good players already in this building, and we were able to add another good player with Kelvin. So I expect him to embed into what we're doing and work on being, a good teammate, and B, learning the system. So I look forward to seeing how we're going to use him. Rick is going to employ him into the offense in terms of matchups and all those things that go into it. For right now, we're about to take the field in less than an hour here and see how well he's been able to pick up some of the offense to this point, and then go from there, really. Well, it showed me his commitment. He moved up here in a very short amount of time, and I offered him a chance to go home and get some clothes and get organized, and he said, "No, Coach, I want to stay and get this offense, down as best I can in a short amount of time here." So that showed me he's committed to the cause. Well, he's tough because you have a threat outside that if you want to go one-on-one out there, that's on you. And then that opens up the run game. So it's a nice little dynamic there, and then you look at what we already have with the run game and the tight end now with Charles potentially coming back, and and Tyrod and the other receivers. You've got some things that that a defense must contend with. So that said, it's about, and you've heard me say, it's about what we do. There's got to be fundamentals. You can't just show up. You got to play with great effort, great fundamentals, great intensity, and you got to work together. So as a team, and so that part doesn't change. Like I said before, it's one player. One player does not make a team. It's 11 guys, all of us doing our job the right way. We don't let anything linger. We like I said, we learn from it, we move forward, and I think they're energized. They got a little bit of rest over the weekend, and again, they know that to go 16-0, that's a great accomplishment. We're not able to do that, but everything right now is in front of us. We just got to focus one game at a time. Got a big time challenge this weekend with a well-balanced team, and a dynamic offense and an improving defense. So, and a very capable special teams unit. One of the best coaches in the NFL coming in here as well. So we've got to make sure that we are improving, learning, growing every step of the way. We're building, towards what we're trying to become around here, and that takes a daily effort, daily focus, and just do your job. Let me handle the other stuff and kind of the noise that goes on. We need to focus on ourselves and take them one at a time and continue to grow. That's that Kaizen, that growth mindset that we've talked about before. You've heard me talk about before, and here is just do what you can do. That's doing your job, and all that other stuff is for you guys to talk about and everything. And I still believe that there's still a lot of people that count us out, and that's fine. I mean, it's we're here to get better, to build on what we did and didn't do in the first half of the season.